Good morning, beautiful ones. So this video is coming from a place where I have a lot of questions. And again, not being any kind of expert, I'm sharing with you in hopes that maybe this question will resonate and bring something forth in you and in me. So we'll just see how it goes. So the question I'm kind of going over and over again lately is, who am I really? And that question is for all of us. Who are we really? So I've done a lot of research into how our conditioned self, meaning our psychological structure, the thoughts that we are preoccupied with. There's a theory of personality called the Enneagram, which actually is brilliant and shows different ways that different aspects of our personality develop based on ideas we have of or feelings or beliefs that we have that we're lacking something. And this is a really good way of understanding what questions occur to us and what thoughts occur to us. We all have some idea of lack, usually, not everyone, but usually. So this understanding really shows the 9 different ways that this expresses as we develop our personality structure. So I have a lot of, we all have all the qualities, but I have a lot, for example, of the one type, which means that I focus a lot on what's wrong with me and trying to improve, trying to also focusing on what's wrong with others and trying to focus on improving that too. So it's a kind of idea that takes you away from the natural flow of things and superimposes that I'm some kind of my understanding is that I'm responsible for making changes in myself and others, not trusting the flow of the universe to unfold in the way that the design will take care of itself and not flowing from love, but flowing more from a sense. So, this idea is that we're not flowing from unconditional love towards everything and ourselves, but that we're flowing in a way where we need to do something to make things better. And who knows what's actually true at any rate. So who am I really? So am I, we spent years in psychiatry thinking, well, it's all due to our childhood. And then we spent a lot of time thinking it's all due to our genetics. And then we spend a lot of time thinking it's all due to our family or cultural conditioning. And each of these areas, of course, have truth. These are influences that show up in each of us. But but to me, at least, in this questioning period, I'm seeing that they're not the whole story, that something else, something deeper is expressing here. Uh, some people call it consciousness or a sense of infinite being, a sense of something that has potential to unfold in multiple different ways. And that's hard to put into words and hard to put into understanding. But I do have a lot of very intense dreams, and dreams are very hard to share with others in terms of if we make a movie out of it, it might be of interest, but it's hard to get the full impact of dreams. But a lot of my dreams lately are about how I'm not living up to some deeper potential that is trying to express in me, and ways that my conditioning, my cultural or my family conditioning is preventing that from expressing. So, who are we really? It's just such an interesting question. And of course, we all have a shared sense of the wonderful qualities of being loving kindness, generosity, gratitude, resilience, strength, courage, wisdom, honesty, compassion. These qualities I see showing up in everyone, sometimes less, sometimes more, and being hidden often by the personality conditioning. So We may have compassion for others, but may limit it to only people just like us and not have compassion for others that are not just like us. So it's a more limited idea of compassion. And it's my understanding, not that I demonstrate this, but it's my understanding that compassion is having an open heart to the suffering of all beings, not just people like me. So it's just a thought, not saying I've achieved it. But who are we really? So are we this cultural conditioning? Are we the roles that we play? We play many, many roles in our life. So we play a role in our family. We play different roles in the family. We might be a sister, we might be a wife, we might be a daughter at different times, displaying different characteristics in those roles. But deeply, is there something that's trying to express here? Is kind of my question for this week. And it's the question I want to leave you with to explore from your point of view. Who are you really and what are you expressing? Just say one more thing, that it seems during the day as I focus on this question that it's very different at different times during the day. At one time, I might be expressing some cultural idea. Another time, I might be expressing some family idea. In my family, competition was strong, so I may be expressing some kind of competitiveness. When I'm in the morning in a more meditative state, I might be expressing more universal compassion. Then this may fade in the afternoon. So it's a flowing, dynamic state that's really interesting. And not in the sense of, self-importance. That's another thing that can come up. But leaving that to the side, it's to, who are we really in the context of all of the other beings that are flowing through this universe? So these questions are of great interest to me, and I'd love to hear other people's ideas on this. So you could leave a comment, or if you want to join together and talk more, I'm open to that. Who are we really? So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.